I don't have much for music news. I know we usually open up with music news, but I did want to point out something that was really weird the other day that I noticed. I noticed it on Instagram, and I was on the White House's Instagram page, and I made a little stupid video on it. And so here is what it is. So for whatever reason, the White House's posts on Instagram are getting flooded with a bunch of Russian. I don't think it's bots. I'll tell you why I don't think it's bots in a second here, but it's all Russian words, and of course I don't know what any of it says. So I was going through and I was Google translating some of it, and hold on, let's just Google translate just a little bit because some of these are. I was Google translating some of it, and hold on, oh that's Zoom. Okay, hold on. Oh, I know what to do. Oh my God, this is not what I want. Where's the Google Translate? This is stupid. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you guys get to see me do stuff like this. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted. So, of course, I'm over here. You have done business to the USA. You have revived patriotism and the love for the homeland. Are you sleeping for the last decades? So what this is roughly translated, of course, but what I ended up finding out is that there is a lot of just well wishes and a bunch of like there's like poetry, and it's a lot of pro America stuff. So I was just like thrown off by it. I know I saw some people on TikTok were a little freaked out by it, but I don't think it's anything to freak out about. In fact, I think what it is pro. Greetings from Rostov region. It's snowing here. America imposed sanctions on the spring too. America imposed sanctions on the spring too. So like there's jokes, there's not like a bunch of we speak Russian good. Yeah. There's like poetry. I really did go in here and take the time to like translate some of this stuff, and it's nothing anti-America, which you would think that's what this would be, right? But what I think it is, and in regards to social media, I'm thinking that this is a Russian in Talon bar and orders a mug of beer. Bartender in English. From you, €7. Russian gives €6 and starts drinking beer. The bartender repeats in English. Beer costs €7. Russian in complete disregard and continues to drink. See, now I'm guessing that's a joke that Google Translate just sort of completely just ripped the guts out of, it took the piss right out of that joke. So in Russian, that might be a funny ass joke. I don't know. Yes, it's a butchered joke. So there's a bunch of these. There's poetry, there's songs. There's poetry, there's jokes, there's well wishes. Nothing anti-America. And again, that's what I was expecting it to be. But because people were like, "Oh my God, we're getting spammed," or the White House is getting hacked. But it seems to be pro-America or just friendly Russian rhetoric. So what I feel like this is sort of part of their social media plans on what they're doing. So recently, the White House has reached out to TikTokers, right? So TikTok stars receive a White House briefing about the war in Ukraine. So I'm a big fan of TikTok. Yes, I am that person. I've adapted to TikTok. Look at this. Look at this. Get out of here. So this is what's going on right now. The White House is doing briefings with TikTok stars to press propaganda onto them, which is like, oh, okay. So I feel like this is sort of a campaign where they are sort of going after, TikTokers, Instagram. They're trying to paint this. They're trying to paint this in the best light possible. And here's the thing, though. They're telling them, here, let's just watch.
So I just got off of a Zoom call with the White House about the situation in Ukraine. A number of other content creators in social media and myself were invited to this event, which was on background, meaning that we couldn't record or take pictures, but we can discuss what we learned from it. Now, there was definitely a lot discussed, but in this video, I'm going to go over the specific question that I got to ask, the answer to it, and my thoughts on their response. And as a quick piece of context, a lot of the people there ask questions based off of the content they create and what they feel their audience might want to know. So that informs the question that I personally asked. So this was my question. Many people from marginalized communities in the United States have become dejected regarding the situation because there is an imbalance of coverage and assistance given to the Ukraine-Russia crisis compared to other occupations, invasions, and attacks throughout the world, some of which have U.S. involvement. What incentivizes these Americans to be in strong support of the U.S., giving high levels of attention and direct aid against the Russian invasion, as we feel there isn't enough attention on related issues in other places throughout the world and right here in the United States?
Okay, let's pause that. What he's saying is America only cares about Ukraine because they're white. That's what that question was. That question is like, why should people of color who get shit on constantly here in America give two shits about this country or this war that and I'm not trying to be insensitive to the people of Ukraine, because we are here trying to raise a little bit of money. If you guys are interested, if you have some cash on you that you're willing, this charity here donates, what was it, 88%? I think it was 88% of all donations go directly to the source. So I hate that take so much. Why, Papa Sweet? Why do you hate that take so much? Well, the other part is that I get where they're coming from, because right now we have a lot of stuff going on. America has some really horrible state-sponsored, genocide going on in Yemen, and we got wars going on. The Afghan folks are really doing bad over there in Afghanistan, especially the ladies, and there's sex trafficking going on now, and so a lot of people are saying that this is I saw Joy Reid saying this is a white war, and I think that's insensitive as shit. But I get where he's coming from, and that's kind of where he's going. I actually thought that was actually a decent question for a TikToker, a young TikToker, I haven't seen all the TikToks of these things because there are a lot of propaganda. I have seen them scrolling through TikTok, and they're just like, I just want everybody to know that the oil prices and the gas prices are going up because of Putin. It's Putin. I love how the people overseas say Putin. They say Putin. The people in the UK, Putin. Pew, 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 Putin. Okay. I feel about it kind of similarly, though. People in Palestine, yes, Palestine, Syria, for example, are being bombed since years, and no one fucking cares. Putin. So, but there are people who are just sort of repeating what the White House is sort of giving to them. So that's sort of where the angle I'm looking at it as. It's probably this Russian, sort of to show that there is solidarity and that there is Russian support for the efforts to fight back. So it seems like they're going after anybody and anyone that can spout out the propaganda that they're putting out. There's a lot of American ties to the Ukraine right now, and I don't want any of this to sound like I'm trying to be insensitive to the people who are suffering, but what sucks about war is that it's always these rich and powerful people, as world leaders, the WEF, it's all these powers and politicians and corporate interests that are sort of pushing these wars, and who always suffers? It's the poorest people. It's the people the civilians. It's the people who are being displaced right now. It's the children that are being bombed and watching their family getting exploded in front of them. It's disgusting and horrifying. So I stand with the people of Ukraine, but I do not stand with the politicians who are creating this situation only to further their agenda, which seems to be the case. I'm Putin, Putin's side, on the American side. So it's a touchy situation. And I'm just anti-war, up and down, anti-violence. I don't see a point to it. Only people suffer from this, and it's always the people that don't deserve that suffers the most. So, these fucking politicians and their wars. I think the whole money thing is so friggin' messed up. We kill each other for imaginary points. What is this? Yeah. So, yeah, I do agree with that. It's horrifying. So, this is the United States attempt to sort of push any kind of narrative they want onto the youth, because they know the youth is mobilized. They're very mobilized in this country, and if you get them riled up enough, they'll go out and they'll start talking shit or pushing their agendas, and they know that people are influencers, and they know that this will get through to them, and to me it's kind of gross. But see, this kid who asked this, reasonable question, I think that's a reasonable question to ask, and I think it's a smart question to ask, especially for a TikToker that you would expect to be like, hey guys, today I'm gonna go dance in front of this guy, or I'm gonna yell it in a pipe in someone's ear. What does that Mexicano say? He's just like this Latino boy. He's just like, I. It's pretty funny, because then he gets his ass beat. It's really funny. But still, it's like, what is he gonna propagize? Okay, let's read what Papa Sweet says, because Papa Sweet is much smarter and much better spoken on these issues than I am. So the biggest reason is that, historically speaking, this invasion of Ukraine is far more likely to lead to a major escalation of force than all those areas people are bringing up, like Palestine, Yemen, etc. Due to the relations between Russia and NATO post-Cold War, the world is paying attention, because it's the closest we have gotten since the Cold War to open conflict between two world superpowers, namely US, Europe versus Russia, China. Yeah, I see that point. Because, there's nuclear arms at hand here. And Putin has made it very clear that if he gets cornered, he's not afraid to go big or go home. And mutually assured destruction is no kind of way to live, literally. Okay, so we'll go through this, quickly, and then we'll get to our guest, because obviously our guest again he lives in Latvia, who is a NATO nation, and Latvia borders right there on the eastern side, eastern side of Latvia borders right on the western side of Russia. There's a road that leads right from Moscow, right? I think so. Right from Moscow, right into, I think it's Moscow, that leads right into the country. There's this big road. I think it was an M9 or something. I don't know. I looked at a map last night, okay? I'm not going to lie. I looked into it. So, let's just get through this quickly, and then we'll kind of go over to our guest. And we're going to go over to our guest, and we're going to chat him up. And again, Ryanus has a new album out, so I want to make sure I drop that, and I want to make sure you guys are going and checking that out, because it is beautiful. And again, he's a super talented human being, and I'm very excited to have this conversation today. So there you go. Go check him out. Go follow him on all social medias and such. So here we go. Let's hit this article quickly, and then we'll get over to our guest. On Thursday afternoon, 30 top TikTok stars gathered on a Zoom call to receive key information about the war unfolding in Ukraine. National Security Council staffers and White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki briefed the influencers about the United States' strategic goals in the region and answered questions in distributing aid to Ukrainians, working with NATO, and how the United States would react to a Russian use of nuclear war. As the crisis in Ukraine has escalated, millions have turned to TikTok for information on what is happening there in real time. TikTok videos offer some of the first glimpse of Russian invasion, and since then, the platform has been a primary outlet for spreading news to the masses abroad. Yep, I did that. Ukrainian citizens hiding in bomb shelters or fleeing their homes have shared their stories to the platform, while dangerous misinformation and Russian propaganda have also spread. And TikTok stars, many with millions of followers, have increasingly sought to make sense of the crisis for their audience. The White House has been closely watching TikTok rise as a dominant news source, leading to its decision to approach a select group of platforms' most influential names. So, yeah, this is they're propagandizing us, and they're realizing that TikTok is spreading a bunch of information. The scariest thing is that even on TikTok, on Instagram, you're seeing pictures from different wars or different conflicts. You're seeing pictures that aren't actually happening in real time. They're actually just taken from movies. I've seen people just take a picture from movies. There's actually some organizations out there who are trying to geo map where these pictures are coming from to sort of fight against misinformation and including imagery, because imagery can be misinformation just as much as anything else. Imagery is powerful. What was it? When people saw Emmett Till and saw his remains on the cover, I think, of New York Times, I believe, that changed the dialogue in America about race relations. When they saw what those fucking animals did to Emmett Till, that image alone, that's all they needed to see for shit to start really popping off. So images are very powerful. And so what's happening is we're getting a bunch of dis and misinformation regarding with the use of images. It's wild. It's wild. You ought to pull up Arnold Schwarzenegger's video to the Russians. Until I see Reynas, I believe that it's mini Reynas with a baby filter. Well, he is a beautiful man. I will say that. So you won't be disappointed in that front. Hold on. Well, now I need to, gosh darn it, Papa Sweet. Hold on. All right. We're going to get to this. I swear to God, we're going to get to our guest. This is to Ukraine. I just got to see this now. Let's just get to the video part, shall we? Come on. No! God damn it. Stupid fucking CBS. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. 60 minutes, guys. CBS News. Don't look at that. Don't check your credit scores right now. No. Oh, let's check out the headlines. Biden speaks with China's... I can't say his name. I forgot how to say his name. All right, come on. Let's see Arnold, and then let's move on to our guest.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And thank you for sharing your time with me. I'm sending this message through various different channels to reach my dear Russian friends and the Russian soldiers serving in Ukraine. I'm speaking to you today because there are things that are going on in the world that are being kept from you, terrible things that you should know about. The strength and the heart of the Russian people have always inspired me. And that is why I hope that you will let me tell you the truth about the war in Ukraine and what is happening there. No one likes to hear something critical of the government, I understand that. But as a longtime friend of the Russian people, I hope that you will hear what I have to say. It is a humanitarian crisis. Because of its brutality, Russia is now isolated from the Society of Nations. You're also not being told the truth about the consequences of this war on Russia itself. I regret to tell you that thousands of Russian soldiers that have been killed.
That's it? What the fuck? CBS News. God damn it, we sat through that fucking ad. Okay, you know what? I'm done with this. Oh, so there's like 2 more minutes of this. God damn them. All right.
Well, neither did nationalists or Ukraine did not start this. I might add, denazify Ukraine. I hope that you will hear what I have to say. I know that your government has told you that this is a war to denazify Ukraine. Denazify Ukraine? This is not true. Ukraine is a country with a Jewish president, I might add, whose father's 3 brothers were all murdered by the Nazis.
Okay, the Absenhof, right? Right, the battalion. They're like definitely Nazis, right? The Absenhof, they're definitely like fucking Nazis, right? I'm pretty sure that's right.
You see, Ukraine did not start this war. Neither did nationalists or Nazis. Those in power in the Kremlin started this war. This is not the Russian people's war. No, it is a humanitarian crisis. Because of its brutality, Russia is now isolated from the society of nations. You're also not being told the truth about the consequences of this war on Russia itself. I regret to tell you that thousands of Russian soldiers that have been killed. This is not the war to defend Russia that your grandfathers or your great-grandfathers fought. This is an illegal war. Your lives, your limbs, your futures are being sacrificed for a senseless war condemned by the entire world. Now, to those in power in the Kremlin, let me just ask you, why would you sacrifice those young men for your own ambitions?
Also, Putin is one ugly motherfucker. Well, there's Nazis in every country. America has a lot of them. Doesn't mean someone can invade us. No, I agree with that. But that whole battalion that everyone's sort of cheering for, they're definitely Nazis. Definitely Nazis. And they're definitely like trained